today. I haven't even checked my P&L. It doesn't matter. I'll check it for you right now, but it doesn't matter. I'm still break even, which is surprising. I thought I lost money today. Now, let me pull my shades down. First is a return pullback, 35.75. Okay. First is a return pullback, 35.75. What you should note here is 39 is where the full distribution for the profile begins. The rest is just a thin spot on LVN, low volume node, so I'm grasping at straws. I pull my stop back here because I'm looking for a place to manage my losing trade. If that It doesn't need to make sense to you, it makes sense to me. I'm watching tape, so I pull it back 6 ticks and move it 4 ticks because it just keeps selling off. It doesn't give me a place to get out, meaning I effectively took a full loss there. Today sold off pre-market constantly, right? It just did this, and I'm only trading return pullbacks or in the center of the distribution. The odds that a distribution day happens is 20%. So 1 out of the 5 days that the market trades will have a day like this. But today was special because it was pre-market, which is rare, and it also exploded to the downside. It just blew up. I mean, look, like what even 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. There's no volume there whatsoever. And so trading that, it's 7. Tape speeds up at around 8:30. It's 7, and the market's jumping up and down. I've actually switched to bonds because the conditions were so bad. I've been looking at people trading bonds, and I want to trade them, but I'm on the ES instead. I just wanted to see if it was feasible pre-market. But anytime you catch yourself method hopping, you're in the wrong area. And then it starts to thicken up here. The majority of my trades are at the end of the session. I'm quite literally just watching it for the most part. I actually stepped away and I got something to eat because the tape was so bad. Here's an all right return pullback. I think they stopped me out here. 1750, something jumps. 32, it empties. Right, but see how fast the tape moves, and they fill me on what looks like just tape exploding again, rather than the slower auctions I'm used to. So I actually widened my stop here from 4 ticks to 8 ticks, and my target from 2 ticks to 4 ticks because of that. 2275. There's absorption at 2275 on the sell side. I'm watching the queue at 2250, and I'm just looking for them to hold 75, and they hold it. But then we get up to 23. Then we get up to 25. I'm just gonna say 25, 50, and then we come back down to 23, and then back to 75. So we couldn't hit the price couldn't hit the target, and now value is building at 23 even, which is good. As long as they hold 23 even, I'm good to go because I got them at 75. But if we lose it like we do right here, it might be time to get out, and especially if if sellers start attacking below 75 down to 2250, that means I'm going to lose the trade. Right here it holds 23 again, 23 even. I actually think I'm in a good spot in this trade, but 23.25 down 2325 is a profile ledge for a larger distribution down to like 1975. So it was poor positioning on my part that led to this. And then after we couldn't get above 23, I realized that I was on the wrong side of the trade and I got out, especially because of this. See, there's a ledge right here. So the distribution is partially right there and it thins out there. There's no distribution here. So this was the ceiling and I was positioned incorrectly relative to that. Then we got above it and thickened up. Same profile distribution short. Same distribution short at 26 even here. Looking for 25s. The end of a small distribution here before we get into the LVN. And I'm still looking for the same thing. That's just the bid ask holding lower and the upticks to be smaller. The upticks to be faster and the lowering of price to be longer, if that makes sense. So I'm looking for price to sit here, and if it comes up, I want it to hit this again. If it comes up, I want it to hit this again, again. I just want it to sit, and then when it lowers, and then when sellers push it lower, it sits on 50, and then it sits on 25. If it's sitting, that connotates consensus, market consensus, that this is the right place for price to be. If it's jumping and holding, I'm not interested. And they fill me there. I take another distribution play here, and I get out for 4 ticks just before it jumps. We are watching the whole thing because I need to. It fills me to even and immediately goes down to 2275.